Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. Welcome to the official Amir Khan versus Kell Brook review podcast. That is what we're here for. In the second half, Robert O'Neill will join us to talk about the new Corey and Carmella show.
Oh, fuck off, dude. I watched that trailer, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think we may actually review that for Late Night Grin.
I don't think I'm allowed to be on that show, though.
In what way?
A lot of it is about sex.
That's true. It was actually a little much, wasn't it? For a trailer? I mean, good lord.
There were dildos in the trailer.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. It's felt very... I'd love to know how something like that gets made, you know? Like, who's behind that? Does one of the two people involved have a friend in the office that's got it cleared? Like, why?
I just think Carmella is very well liked. So they'll be like, okay, you know. And it makes sense for their gimmicks, too, that, like, they would do it.
What, have sex or do a reality show?
Both.
Okay. It is worth saying, I do want to give you a chance here to victory lap. Tonight we're doing Fed Dead, myself, Bobby, maybe Oracle. You were very excited on Saturday afternoon. Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber. I'm told, I saw some clips, it looked pretty good. I'm told that was the best match of the night. The floor is yours, Jaychele.
Yeah, I mean, Bianca's facing Becky. If you told me to wait it out, suck my dick. I don't really care. It should have happened a long time ago, but Bianca's going to get her belt back. I'm going to have to buy an honorary Raw Women's Championship, but it's okay. You know, Bianca's there. I maybe screamed a little bit too much. The video's on my Twitter if you want to check it out.
It was one of those deals where they weaponized the way that people think of WWE, right? Because by leaving it to Bianca and Alexa, every person that was watching the world had that moment where they went, oh shit, Bianca's losing this match. And that was smart. I'm glad it went the way it did. I really am. But nonetheless, that's not about WWE, right? This is about Impact Wrestling, the promotion that pays you many millions.
Well, not after what happened.
You loved this show, didn't you? You had a great time. You told me it was the best show of the year so far. That was your exact quote, right?
The best show of the year hasn't happened yet, so pass. Also, do you have the video clip? Did you download it here?
What one?
The one that I sent you that you were supposed to put on for this.
No, I didn't do that. No. I'm sorry. I came on here as soon as I was talking to you. That's the first time I'd seen this screen all week. It's a weekend. Weekend's different.
I'm so disappointed in you. The fans wanted it.
I don't think you're disappointed. I think you're absolutely, completely unsurprised and unmoved by my complacency here. To be honest.
mean, true.
Yes, I thought so.
You guys can look at my Twitter if you want to see my reaction to what happened tonight, which is putting me in this bad mood. I was going to rewatch it and take notes, but then I was like, take notes? It's Impact, so I'm going to wing it. Oh,
wow. Okay, that's interesting.
No, they did something bad to me. I'm going to be mean to them today.
Okay, so we have, of course, as I said, we're going to review Corey and Carmella today. We're going to review the Kell Brook Amir Khan prize fight. We're also going to review Scream 5, which I watched yesterday. I don't know if you've seen that yet, Jaychele.
No, I don't watch scary movies like that.
Why does no one else in the Grinner Circle watch horror movies?
I can't do too scary. I can do like thriller, like psychological stuff. I can't do like I'm very scared by that stuff. My biggest fear is home invasions, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to go a certain way with that, but if it's an actual fear, I'm going to leave it. Why is Robert O'Neill saying that I'm in the mud?
I don't know, but I agree with it. Probably because you didn't do your job.
Hey, let's take it easy with that terminology, okay? I can never be fined. I have the control of the budget, you know. You're relying on my good faith every month. I remember that.
Oh God, I'm relying on my Patreon now. Actually, Patreon.com/Jaychele.
There you go. You get some awesome early access to big time, prime time interviews. You get the audio files, which I know a lot of people. That's a big thing, right? So go support that. Please, when you do it, say that you would like the money to be split with the Grinner Circle. Make that a note. I'm sure that will go as planned, right, Jaychele? You'd do that if requested, right?
Yeah, if requested.
I'm messing. Okay.
Oh, thank you for complimenting my Ricky interview.
Yeah, not as good as my interview with Ricky, but
yours was 2 years ago. Yours is invalid. Ricky is my real life friend, dude.
You know, I had long hair when I did that interview. Have you ever seen me with long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago,
I watched the interview in preparation for mine because I support you.
I uncovered like the big Undertaker thing. Do you remember that? I got like a big story out of the Undertaker. Anyway, enough of this. Enough about me.
Oh, much better than Joe's. Hey.
Wow. Okay, that's a little bit aggressive, but I'll move on. Impact. No surrender. We have a super grin from JJ, Impact Bootlicker. He says, No Surrender was a fantastic show. I appreciated all match styles being different. Opener ruled. Jonah was awesome. The ending between Mickey and Tasha was clunky and not good. My God, a direct shot at Jaychele.
JJ, we'll get there. Don't.
Okay.
We're going to try to be nice until we get to that part.
Okay, fair. And he says, Does Eddie Edwards' heel turn come with a personality, which continues his ongoing streak of lashing out at Eddie Edwards for no apparent reason?
I like his wife.
That's generally what you say when you don't like the male wrestler. So I'll leave that there. Did we like this show? I actually thought this was a good show. All bits aside, I thought this was a good show. You seem to like it a lot less than I did.
Dude, I think I am too personally invested to give this an actual determined. Oh, this was a good show. This was a bad show. But like, if I tried, I would say this is an average Impact show. Which do with that what you will.
Okay, let's talk this for a little bit because I support anyone being a fan of a single wrestler and rooting for him to win. I think it's an important part of wrestling fandom. However, it appears that you were more invested here in an Impact title match than anyone in the world should be in any Impact title match.
Dude.
And I was slightly concerned for you going in, and my fears were confirmed. Of course, we're referencing.
Are you trying to take a victory lap on my heartbreak?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I just want to investigate.
Okay.
Tasha Steelz, we're referencing here, who lost to Mickie James in a finish that, in fairness to JJ,
starting. This is where we're starting with this show.
I think we need to get this out of the way because it's important.
Okay.
You know. And you were pretty fired up. I should have downloaded the video, but I'm lazy, so I didn't. Please talk us through that process and how much it has maybe ruined your view of the rest of the show.
Dude, we were doing good until we got there.
Yeah.
I made a tweet. I was having a pretty bad day, wasn't doing the best, didn't have the best week. I was like, all I need is the Tasha victory to cheer me up.
Didn't quite get that, did you, unfortunately? Okay, well, look, let's do this now. Let's now step back and be more positive and overarching, okay? What was the best match on this show?
Matt versus Jordan.
That's interesting. I have the cage match up here. Impact are very good at matches that are in between a 6 and an 8. They very rarely go above that. They're very little below it. I like that match. Let's start with that. A genuine intergender match in which Cardona took some big bumps and Jordan was throwing him around. Mm-hmm. And the finish, I get why people roll their eyes at DQ finish, but I actually thought it was quite effective.
I thought it made sense. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I liked it too. Is this going to continue, this whole digital media feud? What do you think?
I looked at the spoilers for next week. So do you want me to comment on those or no?
Please mute this video if you do not want spoilers. I'll put my thumb up when you can unmute. Go ahead, Jaychele.
Okay. It looks like it continues next week with a no DQ match. I won't tell you who wins.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil that much, but it does look like it continues. But it looks like that next week is the end of it.
Okay. Sounds like an unmute. Yeah, JJ probably muted, right? God bless him.
Yeah, it looks like the Tasha feud is continuing too, though, which is the only light at the end of my tunnel right now. So Tasha has to win. Since this is continuing, it means Tasha has to win somewhere.
It feels like Chelsea's going to be involved in that story, though, right?
Yes. The match was against Chelsea, and Mickey was on commentary. I'm not going to say who wins, but
I'm intrigued by what they do with the Chelsea part, because it feels like with Cardona as a heel, the end game could unfortunately
turn on Mickey. Yeah.
Which feels like could be their end game, which I know is not exactly what you're looking for. But
as long as Tasha's the champion, I don't care what happens with Chelsea. But now that you're saying this, I'm getting worried that you think Chelsea's gonna win the title, dude. They can't do that to Tasha. They won't do that to Tasha. Do not ruin my good faith, dude. I can't. You brought me on here to be happy and to have faith in wrestling. Don't tear it down. This is the one thing I have an Impact. This and Chris Bay.
Okay, we'll talk about him in a minute. We have another super Grin first.
Okay.
This comes from Riley. He says, just subscribe to the Jaychele Patreon. There you go. Thank you, Riley.
Thank you.
He says, I don't like the Eddie Edwards turn on Impact. Haven't really been a fan since the Bat incident. Chris Bay, Ace Austin, and Mike Bailey should honestly do more and not be in the X Division stuff. Okay, let's go to that here.
Okay.
We'll do the X Division and then we'll go back to Eddie later on.
Yeah.
The opening match here was Jake Summing, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Speedball, Mike Bailey. And they had like the kind of classic X Division opener with all the cool moves. And I thought they did a lot here in 7 minutes and had a really good match. Is this a problem in Impact right now that these guys are just so much more interesting than the world title guys? And they need to switch that around because it feels that way to me, Jaychele. It feels like they're kind of outdating themselves in terms of having these guys as just X Division guys. What do you think?
I think this is a world title match, dude. I feel like this was better than the main event for me. The comments are giving me a panic attack, so I'm not going to read your comments. But I think we need to see Chris Bay and Ace Austin and Mike Bailey. I think Jake Something is the person that they would see as the most obvious world title main eventer, contender, whatever you want to say. And I think that they need to use that to their advantage and say, if we're placing him in the X Division and he's a main title guy, then all of these other guys are also main title guys. Maybe that's too much logic for this company right now, but I'm taking shots because they didn't do me wrong with Tasha, and I feel like they're going to do me wrong with Tasha until the end, so now I'm mad. But I think that's where we need to end up, is we need to see all of them eventually get elevated to the world title picture, but I think it's going to be Jake Something's belt next.
It does feel like some of these names have been waiting for this elevation or ascension for a long time now. I feel like with Chris Bay, we're looking at like 2 years since people started saying he needs to be moving up to the... I mean, he had that match. Do you remember him and Rich Swann had like a title match, a world title match? And people said, okay, now it's time to... I mean, that's about 14 months ago. You know, it's frustrating. I don't know.
Did you see Chris Bay where he did the dodge the kick, swerved into the hard cam, and he did a kick. He did that high kick on Speedball when Speedball was on. Dude,
there was a lot of good in this. In all seriousness, this was about as good an opener as you can do for 7 minutes from 4 guys, right? They did a lot here. Everyone looked good. I like Jake Something a lot. I don't really know why he's in the X Division, but
same reason Steve Macklin is.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I
don't
get
know what that
it,
means, but
I'm sure it's fine. Okay. I thought that was one of the best matches of the night. Now, this is my pick for best match. This will not surprise you. Jay White, Eric Young.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
I know that everyone rolled their eyes at Eric Young being given this match, but seriously, all bits aside, he never lets them down when they need him to perform, right? And I thought he was really good in this match. I think Jay White he's the cream of the crop right now. I mean, that dude's, he's about as good as, honestly, he is one of the best guys out there right now. And this match was greatly exceeded my expectations.
There you go.
And I get why people don't care. I understand it. But, that roster is what it is. And honestly, Eric Young probably had a better match with Switchblade than all but like 5 of their guys would have. If we're being honest, right? Like, this was better than a Moose match would have been, or a Morrissey, or the X Division guys maybe. But other than that, Eric Young, he's reliable, That's just me anyway. Go ahead, Jaychele. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I did like this match. I'm learning more recently that I am a big fan of Jay White. Jack Crosby, let's do a show together. But I think there's a lot of intrigue around what he's doing right now. He wrestled a lot in this past week or whatever, which I think is really helping his brand. I think a lot of people are being like opening their eyes to what he can do. I think he's a great worker. I think that finishing move is very hilarious. There was some controversy over it on the Twitters. Apparently it was Alex Shelley's move first, which I think is great, and not Bray Wyatt's, but I'm still going to call it the Sister Abigail. But I think I just want to see that Chris Bay turn when Chris Bay goes back to being a face and we get that Chris Bay Jay White match.
Yeah, and the Bullet Club stuff is actually like kind of interesting, I think, coming out of this show.
Yes, especially coming out of the show. Yeah.
Right.
Before it was like, okay.
Right, exactly.
But now it's getting a little interesting.
And we'll talk about here shortly. I'm intrigued. Let's kick this around for a little bit. you're starting a wrestling promotion, okay? You can have any wrestler in the world to be your top male heel, okay?
Okay.
How many names are going to go before Jay White? I'm genuinely intrigued. I was kicking around this in my own head here. What do you think? Who immediately comes to mind?
Dude, my list is not the same as yours.
Oh, I know.
My list is a bunch of black guys first.
Okay, name. I'm fine with that.
Okay. So Chris Bay's up there it's Black History Month. I'm not doing my people like that. We start with Chris Bay. Why are we doing this? We move on to Montez Ford. We get to Big E.
It's the fact that you just like the way that you said it would be different, and then said your one would have loads of black wrestlers. I was like, so wait, does that mean I have to pick white guys?
No, I'm saying my list is solely black people until we run out of black people.
Okay. All right. Well, I will not corner you there. Then that's fine. Sorry. That's okay.
What it is, dude.
That's okay. It felt very divisive there. The way that you just sort of you cornered me. I was like, oh no. What does that make my list? Okay.
My list is an all black promotion. That's why.
Okay. Well, fair. Right. Well, moving on. As best I can. I thought that match was very good. In all seriousness. Now you mentioned it, and I referenced it in terms of Bullet Club, the Good Brothers Gorilla's Destiny match, which has been all bits aside talked about for a long time. I think by the time it happened, obviously the hype had, dwindled.
Yeah.
Which we get. However, I have to say I thought that while it was not a home run by any means, I thought this was actually quite good. The Tamara and Cole stuff was, I thought, genuinely captivating. I'm not doing a bit. I thought it was spirited. I thought you could tell the guys involved cared about the match and wanted it to be good. I thought they did a pretty good job. The finish we'll talk about separately because I'm genuinely intrigued as to what the plan is there. But let's start with the match. I thought it was pretty good, Jaychele. Am I being too generous here? What do you think?
No, I think it was good to pretty good. I would put it in that little bubble over there. I'm honestly not a fan of the Good Brothers, just being frank. But I think that this was one of their good showings. I hope that they take the belts off of them, though.
I'm intrigued by head of Jaychele PR, JJ, sort of like double teaming me here in terms of Good Brothers slander. As a TNA fan, he should not be lashing out like that. Fair to say.
I don't like Carl Anderson. I like tough. Sour Boy. I don't like Carl Anderson.
That's a tough conflict for you and I feel that we will have to overcome in time. It's fine.
I don't think we will overcome that. I think we should just avoid it.
Now, the finish of this, the big turn at the end, Jay White portraying the Gorilla's Destiny, seemingly reintroducing the Good Brothers to Bullet Club. What do we think is going on here? Is this gonna overlap to other promotions?
It got to. You saw the Young Bucks tweet, right?
Right. And so, for those of you that don't know, the idea is that Jay is trying to show good faith to the Bucks, and this was another part of that, right? Was the idea. What do you think this looks like, this angle here? Are we going to get, is it purely New Japan and Impact, or as you said with the Young Bucks, are we going to see some AEW stuff here? What do you think?
The Good Brothers are going to be back on AEW TV because they were already there for a little while. Mm-hmm. And I easily can see them making that transition again, especially since Jay White's kind of moving back and forth now. I don't know how long Jay White is going to be in AEW, though. That's the thing that I keep questioning. But if we get them in AEW, I hope that means we get Chris Bay in AEW too, please. I don't know how, but I hope for that. And I think that at Revolution, a lot of the rest of the Elite stuff is going to start to unfold. A lot of the pitches I'm seeing it's going to be Young Bucks versus Red Dragon versus Jurassic Express for that tag title match. And if that's the case, then I think we see Good Brothers afterwards or something like that, or something happens, but
Right. It does feel like, after Rampage, it feels like Jay White, Orange Cassidy may be coming up here, right? They kind of tease that on Rampage. And it feels like that's a logical place where you want to protect Orange Cassidy. Maybe that's where a Chris Bay or Good Brothers or get involved and cost Orange the match, right?
If I get Chris Bay, I will take the Good Brothers.
Okay. I mean, that's a little bit insulting, but I accept it.
I don't care. Bay
That's fair. That's fair. I must say, Did you think this? Like, did you see this turn coming at all? Because I didn't.
Nope.
It didn't even cross my mind.
I don't think it crossed anybody's mind, really. Like, all of Twitter was in shock, especially people who weren't watching. Like, I posted about it, and like Twitter was like, "What happened?"
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was very shocking. I think some people are going to go back and watch this, even if it's just a clip or if it's the full show or whatever. And then they might be like, maybe I need to pay attention to what's happening in Impact, because that's where a lot of the Bullet Club stuff is happening right now, because, you know, New Japan is New Japan right now. But if people are interested in the Bullet Club stuff, I think Impact is the place to go for it.
Yeah, my actual prediction, honestly, is that this is more of an Impact New Japan situation. I think Jay's going to do AEW, but like I think this is an angle that was kind of supported by, you know, Rocky Romero, whoever from the New Japan side, and then they can bring that feud over to Japan. I don't know. I agree with you completely that it makes sense, the idea that the Good Brothers could be back in AEW because they've been there before, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's more of a New Japan Impact situation. It was a good angle, I will say.
do want to ask,
yes.
You know that announcement that Tony keeps hinting at?
Yes.
And everybody thinks it's a super show?
Yes.
Do you think that's related to the timing of this?
It crossed my mind for sure.
Okay.
He's left it so open as to what that's about that I think it's really hard to predict. Right?
Yeah.
Like, the super show is logical, and if you look at the quote where he says it's a big thing in professional wrestling, that sounds like how I would describe a super show with New Japan. However, he also said that it's not something anyone expects, and as soon as he said it, everyone said they're going to do a show of New Japan. So
imagine they just announced West Coast tour dates. I would die.
I actually think it could be both of those things. I think it could be an LA show, but that's where the New Japan crossover happens, you know? Because that's kind of their home US base, right? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's where Strong is.
Right. So I thought there could be something to that. I also think, and I'm not doing a bit here, it could be the UK show that Tony's talked about for a long time.
You in this UK show, dude.
Well, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's, you know, there's gonna be a lot of people.
Oh, I hope it's an MSG show. If it's an MSG show, I'm gonna go.
I don't know if they're gonna do MSG, you know.
If they do MSG, it's 3 hours away from me, and I will go. I will take a train. I don't care.
Okay, fair. All right, that's fair. I mean, it'll be intriguing. It also wouldn't surprise me if it was like a streaming service deal.
Oh, I think I would like that though. If I could watch it on Fight and go back and have, or maybe they're gonna actually finally get a platform so I can watch everything I missed because I started watching AEW late.
There's a lot of. I mean, I know our friend Jack Crosby is very aggressive about HBO Max. Very aggressive.
I love HBO Max though.
He feels like they should have the archives on there. I mean, he also thinks they should have the pay-per-views on there, but he's a dumb fuck. That's not going to happen. But the archives could happen, right? It feels like that's something they should figure out. Okay.
Do you watch Euphoria?
No, I do not. But I respect you bringing up something I don't watch because I started the show by bringing up 3 things that you didn't watch. So that's fair. You owed me that one.
Retribution.
Remember them? I will never forget being on Twitter and like Ryan Satin tweeting like there will be a faction debuting tonight on Raw, and it's like, what does that even mean? And they showed like one shot of them that night. Oh god, that was incredible. God bless. Incredible. Anyway, RH Library. I've seen a lot of Ring of Honor talk. I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know if that's still for sale.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It wasn't for sale. I mean, to be fair, they do now have CM Punk and Danielson in their Hall of Fame. So if AEW is like, oh, you want this, we want something else, then
is it not more likely that they would just buy the promotion?
Yes, but imagine they buy their promotion. They're like, hey, we're sticking 2 of our main guys into the Hall of Fame off the bat.
Well, here's the. I'm not trying to be an arse here, okay, folks. I promise. I love Ring of Honor, but like, if you take the tape library away, okay, and I said to you, let's buy Ring of Honor, but it doesn't have the tape library. What actually are you buying at that point? It's like rings and the logo. It was like
they don't have their contracts anymore,
exactly.
So you're not buying out any contracts. I guess you're just buying out the name.
Which, I mean, again, love the name.
Has a
love
legacy,
Ring of Honor, but as of late has not sold too many tickets, unfortunately. So I don't know. That part kind of confuses me. But nonetheless, I'll move forward.
Yeah, if they do get ROH, it would be their NXT, like Reese said in the comments.
What if they did that and Cody Rhodes was like the head of it? And
that
was the bit?
Fuck off, dude.
Imagine that. Code Man gets to run it. He gets to play in his own like little pen over there.
So it's going to be Codeverse. That's what they're going to title it.
That would be the death for me if Ring of Honor just became Cody's little personal pet project. That would be very bad. Very, very bad. Anyway, this is a good one. What's more valuable, the NWA or Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, because they actually own their tape. Like, NWA doesn't even have any tape libraries, which is my favorite thing about all of that. They own like one territory. WWE owns all of that stuff.
They own Darius Lockhart.
Well, that was interesting phrasing. Okay.
No. Don't you do that to me.
I'm just glad I didn't say that shit. That was crazy.
Lord.
Okay.
Darius, okay. I'm sorry if you listen to this.
Yeah. Darius is like, I've definitely not got a contract, so fuck no, they don't own shit.
I love you, Darius. I apologize.
Yeah, he deserves power. He's wonderful. Anyway.
Better win the title or I'm throwing hands.
Are we talking about No Surrender still? So
I guess.
This Honor No More business, talking about Ring of Honor. It's
They're canceling me, Joe. Look what you did.
Well, it was a little bit aggressive. I have to say, it was a little bit. You kind of said it with confidence too. It was a little much. I have to be honest. I was uncomfortable.
Being nice. I was like, Darius Lockhart a great talent. He's under the NWA banner. He's a big plus.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Look, we're both fans, so there's nothing personal here. We love Darius, but he caught me a little bit off guard. That's what I'm saying. All right.
Me and him are real life friends.
There you go. I am friends with no wrestlers, so take that for how you will. Now, I want to know more. Is this stuff good?
No. Kenny King is good.
I actually thought the match was pretty good, but like, I don't find any of it to be very interesting. And this was the opposite of the turn earlier in the night, where like this felt so telegraphed. As soon as Eddie came out, it was like, oh god.
This is where I turned off the show.
Wow.
This is where I put on basketball, and I don't normally watch basketball. So
wait, how late into the main event did you turn it off though?
Like, as soon as Kenny King just stood there and started working on some guy's arm, I was like, dude, what are we doing, dude?
But you see, like, I don't want to speak for you, but it kind of seems that you hated this show. and like out of politeness, she was like, it was okay, but it kind of seems like you despise this. Am I right?
This was not for me, dude.
I mean, I tweeted.
There was no Josh Alexander, and it kind of hurt my feelings, dude.
Did you not think, though, the way the announcers talked about him, that it feels like he's coming back? They really kept repeating, like, former Impact. I don't know. It felt like a little bit much to me.
Better. He's doing construction work right now. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
What are we doing, dude?
See, this is where I struggle, because I honestly think it's a work. And like the idea that you'd be like, yeah, here's what we're going to do with our top babyface. He's going to go back and work a construction gig to like fool the masses. Like, I just can't. I can't imagine doing it.
Are we going to talk about Terminus soon?
If you want, yeah.
Because I got some issues, dude.
Okay, let's do that now anyway, because you hated this Impact show. So let's talk about Terminus. What are you mad about with Terminus, Jaychele?
Didn't they know Lio Rush wasn't going to be able to be on the show a while ago? And they still announced that Lio Rush was going to be in the match. Lio Rush got injured in PWG. And they said he was going to be out for a while. And they still announced Swerve and Leo and got me excited. And then this happens.
Now, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but are you telling me you're slightly less excited?
I'm very less excited.
You are a little bit less?
A lot less. I don't even know if I'm going to watch the show, dude.
So, Terminus. How, do you think, those graphics they post, those really cool graphics? Do you think they're making up a lot of the hype? And there's not a lot behind it? Because, like,
what good stuff is on this show? Besides Santana and Josh.
Yeah. There's not a lot, I have to say. I don't know the situation. I don't know. I really want to like Terminus, but it kind of feels like it may be one of those things where there's not the right minds in place to maximize it.
Why can't we book it like Warrior Wrestling?
Does that mean that we book Warhorse?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, you didn't say that.
They have a bunch of big stars. Like
Warhorse.
They don't have Warhorse, buddy.
Okay. Are you saying they should have him?
No, I'm saying they shouldn't.
Okay.
Like you have Swerve and Leon Ruff. Even if you can't do Swerve and Leo Rush, you can have that NXT rematch and people will still enjoy it. Let me look at who got announced for Terminus. Let me look at this goddamn flyer because I'll fantasy book this.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to explain quickly what Jaychele meant by, Warrior Wrestling. What she was saying was, why don't they build around Brian Cage the way that Warrior Wrestling has here for this last couple of years?
That's the machine sticking up for like Athena or Thunder Rosa when you said that.
Yeah, I know it's bad. I'm lashing out a little bit today. I'm feeling like that.
They have Daniel Garcia. Put him against Kevin Blackwood. Don't make them team. Why would you do that to yourselves, dude? Why would you do that?
That's not the worst thing they're doing, though, is it, if we're being honest?
Dude. They have Adam Priest versus Invictus Cash, which is cool. They got Serena Deeb.
I like Invictus Cash.
I think he's good.
Yeah,
he's good. Don't know what his place is there. Dude, you have fucking Kevin Blackwood and you're putting him in a tag team match? What are we doing?
Well, maybe you should let it play out.
I did that for the first episode. It only was good because Jay Lethal wasn't there and Josh Woods came in. I got fucking Bandito versus Baron Black.
Are you saying they should control their narrative?
Do you know who got announced to be? I can't say that. We're not behind a paywall. Look at who was a part of Control Your Narrative. That's all I'm going to say. I'm upset.
Okay, Marina Shafir, is that who you're referencing?
Is she part of that?
Yeah.
Marina.
Matt Seidel.
No.
Yeah. Some people I like. It's a show.
Why is this getting worse, dude?
I said this on the Grin, and I hope this makes sense, but the reality is, those of us that are online and see the vignettes we can't handle the cringe, but people that are in wrestling like EC3, and I don't think they see it as problematic or anything. They're just like, okay, it's a booking. Whatever. So, I don't know. I think we both feel the same way about the actual show itself, but anyway.
They got the Titan.
Who? Terminus?
No. Could
you imagine? Jonathan Gresham and the Titan. That would be incredible. Gresham and the Titan would actually be incredible. Incredible stuff.
Who
okay,
JJ. Oh, they have Chris Sabin too? What the hell?
So you talking about Terminus again?
Yeah.
JJ's very mad in the chat, Jaychele. He feels like we should talk about Impact more.
No, not happening. Chris Sabin's in that Eliminator match.
Chris Sabin, the one where they tag? They tag in? Yeah.
Until it's a 3-way match? Who created that?
Look at this comment.
What are we doing?
I don't know. This is what happens with Impact.
Baron Black is facing Jay Lethal. You want me to watch this shit?
Oh, God.
I'm not reviewing this.
Okay. That's fine. I just won't watch it.
Yeah, Tasha lost.
Okay, so anyway, back to No Surrender.
Dude.
How did you think Miranda Alizé did in her Impact debut here, Jaychele, against Deonna Purrazzo?
Hold on, I'm trying to come down off of the thing I just experienced. I think she did good, though. I like Alizé a lot. I think I kind of mentioned her when I was talking about ROH and Athena, right? I believe that was one of the names that I said. Absolutely. If she's going to be an Impact for realsies, and I hope this was more than just a test run for her, I think she'd add a lot to their division, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the match, you definitely could tell that there was some miscommunication because they felt like they were new to wrestling each other. They may not be. They may have wrestled 100 times for one. I don't know, but it looked like there was a little bit of kind of rough around the edges moments. But I like her too. We talked about her a little bit. I remember you and I talking about her when we were watching the Warrior Wrestling show that you just referenced there, right? So she's good. I'm glad she got the opportunity. I have to say, I think people expected a slightly bigger name, but that's not her fault. Just worth saying, right?
Is it though? Because she teased it and she made it seem like it was that and showed up at Prestige.
I mean, look, the Athena thing is interesting. There have been reports that she is blocking people that said she should go to Impact, so I just don't know if she's showing up over there. That was a real thing, yes.
Oh, God.
There were fans that tweeted, go to Impact Wrestling, and she blocked, which is one of the most incredible things I've ever heard.
Them?
They do this thing.
God bless.
The Australian Dynamo, Buddy Matthews, is going to AEW. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, what did you call him, though?
They called him the Australian Dynamo, which I thought was pretty good.
What is a dynamo?
I don't know. It just sounds cool, right?
It sounds like dynamite mixed with dinosaur, but okay.
There you go. That's pretty good. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. Anyway, so Buddy Matthews, he tweeted, like, I'm free this weekend. Any bookings? And, like, loads of Impact fans, like, added Scott D'Amore.
How
are
we talking about Buddy Matthews? But Scott D'Amore... Did you see Jordan Grace at Scott D'Amore when she saw that Alexander was doing construction?
No.
Yeah, she did. She was like, why is the greatest wrestler in the world doing construction at Scott D'Amore at Impact Wrestling?
See, that's a work. That has to be a work. It can't be this sad. It has to be a work.
It can't be this sad? Dude, what is that sad though?
Then they're an even more terrible company than I could. It has to be a work, Jaychele. I'm telling you, it has.
It's bad if it's a work too, though.
Oh, it's terrible. It's not a good work. I'm just saying, having your whole roster at the
I don't
company.
Know if it's worse if it's a work or if it's sad.
Oh,
both are sad.
It's definitely worse if it's real life. I think it's a bad work, but if it's real life, then this
if it's a work, it's really bad because people actually lose their jobs.
Well, when you put it that way. Well, I don't know. It's all bad, isn't it? Was professional wrestling a mistake?
No.
Look at this debate in the chat. There's people are split as to whether or not it's worse if it's real or worse if it's fake.
Wait. Yeah, I'm very mad. Josh pops up in dark. Don't do that to Josh Woods. I love Josh Woods too much for that. I know he's working dark. Much worse if it isn't a work. I mean,
because the thing is, like, I do agree with the sentiment that if it's a work, it makes Impact look bad anyway. But if it's real, it makes them look somehow worse.
I don't know if it does though, because I think if it's maybe this is a thing where like Josh knows his worth and Impact can't afford him.
Right, but then why would you like? All of your talent roster is at you and call. Oh no. I talked about Impact and I froze. I said, but all of the roster's atting them about it,
I know, but like, I think he's trying to go to AEW and make people feel bad in AEW and be like, oh, we have to pick him up. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't know Josh personally. This is all speculation.
Yeah, it's interesting. The visa and the bookings part is something. It's a choice. I don't know. I really don't know what the best case is.
I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be like, you took Josh Alexander out of Terminus for this shit.
Well, I mean, at least you don't have to watch Terminus now. You're not gonna watch that show.
Bad, dude. It's gonna be bad. I bought the first one.
Yeah, it's fair, but.
And there was all of the like delays and like audio issues.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. It was okay, but I think people thought it'd be a lot better, don't you?
Josh Woods versus Lee Moriarty was good.
That was good. The main event was good.
Mm-hmm. Of course it was.
I liked the Garcia match, but it felt like a bit of a waste of Garcia in the same time,
Garcia cut a promo after, which I was like, what is happening? Remember how they told us it wasn't a promotion and now it's a promotion?
Yeah. That's fun. Okay,
Baron Black's gonna add me on Twitter. Good lord.
Well, I actually look. I'll be honest with you, and I mean this with love. I always, when he would do this, the dark matches, I was like intrigued by what he could do in a different role because he was pretty impressive. I'm thinking he's better than what he showed against Bandito because that wasn't his finest hour. I
hope so.
Well, that match didn't click.
This show for me, and you let me know.
Absolutely not. And we'll get Bob to do that. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so back to No Surrender. Moose and W. Morrissey. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not doing a bit. I know you made your mind up for this, mate. I thought I over delivered. I thought it was pretty good, like everything else on this show. Moose comes with lots of baggage, and I understand why people do not want to praise his matches. I understand and respect it. However, I think he's actually become quite good at professional wrestling. And Morrissey's, he's tries hard. I thought they had a pretty good match. Is this an interesting or compelling world title program? Absolutely not. Is it a reality of where they're at right now as a promotion? Yes, it is. And for what it was, I thought they did a pretty good job. Would you like to comment on the Impact World Title match, Jaychele?
I thought Morrissey did okay.
Fair. Okay.
His name is Big Cass, though.
Are we ready to talk about Scream 5, or are we still talking about No Surrender?
You can talk about Scream 5 and I'll act like I watched it.
Okay.
You want to test my improv skills?
Bob does that a lot. Bob, Bob's never watched AEW. He just pretends for the sake of content. We asked him to do the DMD and he started drawing the letters out. He thinks that Britt does like this, and she just does her one.
How late into the Grin was that, though?
Oh, that was a good 3.5 hours.
Oh, well. Context is important.
So on Friday night, we were doing the Late Night Grin, folks. LateNightGrin.com is quite the show after Rampage. Jaychele was there at the start of the show. And then 2 hours transpired, and she appeared back in the chat and said, "I've been asleep and you're still live."
I took a nap, dude. I slept through SmackDown because why the fuck would I do that? And then I was like, let me go see if they're still live. Oh, yeah, they definitely are.
Usually are.
Chris Bay.
Have you seen Halloween Kills?
No, I saw the Halloween movie that came out 3 years ago, though. Is that
the 2018 one?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I didn't understand it. I didn't have enough of the background. But I thought it was a Halloween movie,
I respect it. Okay. Excluding Josh Alexander, who should be the world champion. I know your answer to this, right? You just said it, right, Chris Bay?
Yeah. Of course it is.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you. It seems like they don't agree, unfortunately, but here's what it is.
I hope Chris Bay gets picked up somewhere, though. Not WWE. WWE cover your ears. If you just heard me say that, you did it. You did it.
When is his contract up?
I don't know. I want to interview him, but I don't think he does interviews. He said that he doesn't like doing interviews. He just wants to wrestle. His music is good. Have you heard his music?
I heard a snippet that the Machine Gun Carl Anderson posted to his Instagram story.
Fuck off.
He was supporting his friend. You gotta love it.
Did you see that orange gear he had? Loved it.
Who, the Machine Gun Carl Anderson? Oh. No, he always looks cool. I'm actually with you on the Chris Bay thing. I mean, maybe not quite to your extent, but he does pop me. Jaychele, did you like the Chamber show? Joe, did you like... Good Lord. You're back cornering me with a question there. Yes, it was good, however. Jaychele, did you like the Chamber show?
I liked Bianca winning. I actually kind of liked Ronda's gi. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was an interesting take on not being able to wear, the regular clothes. Naomi looks gorgeous and awesome. I liked actually a lot of the gear. Normally it's just the long one color bodysuit with a t-shirt over, but they actually got to have gear this time. I like that. Lita had a really good showing, even though Becky was very loud when she was making her calls. I thought it was hilarious though. And I didn't like Austin Theory at the end. Actually, I like that Brock killed him, but I didn't like that it was Austin Theory. So I don't know how he figured that out.
So I haven't watched any of the show other than multiple people told me I would like the Women's Chamber match. But because I had to watch this Impact show, I just watched someone on Twitter, God bless them, they did a 2-minute 20 highlight.
Oh.
So I just watched that and it looked like it was pretty cool. Rhea and Bianca, obviously, they're the future. And it looked like...
Liv did really good though too.
Yeah, and there was a continuation from what I could see of the Alexa Bianca Rumble. Remember they were in the Rumble that time for half an hour together? They were the first two.
Yeah.
It seems like there's something there with those two as opponents. So
they're both super athletic and they're both gymnasts, so it makes a lot of sense.
She's so small that Bianca's strength, she can just fling her around, right?
I think that's hilarious because me and Alexa Bliss are the same size, so that makes me feel very confident.
Well, she is very. I mean, look, it is what it is, right? You get what you get, I suppose. 17.
They have life-sized cardboard cutouts of like Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks. Like
that seems dangerous, but okay, carry on.
It was on Amazon, and I want to get the Alexa Bliss one. I don't know what I would get it for, but for a bit, and I'd figure it out. So I think I might get it.
I want to talk about this tonight, but like, I think there's genuinely a good chance that she hadn't been in a ring for like 4 months. Just flew us out into the chamber match.
Well,
I don't know, but I just
actual match, yeah, but she was still training.
But because she wasn't cleared, she wouldn't have been training for a lot of that,
True. I think she was training for like a month.
That makes sense.
It was like a 3-month out for her nose thing. I think that's.
I would personally, they would say to me, "Do you want to come back in the elimination chamber in Saudi Arabia?" And I'd say no, and then they'd say, "How about if it paid $50,000?" And I'd say, "I better hit that treadmill." I respect it, I'm just saying. Good God bless. That cardboard cutout talk was a little bit scary for a moment there. I don't know where you were going with it.
Dude, I'm Jaychele. I don't go there. I don't do that. I can't. That's bad for my branding, dude.
I'm Jaychele.
I'm trying to get on Complex, dude. I cannot talk like that.
I know. It's fine.
Lord.
It's just fair. You've been pretty aggressive today, but I agree with you. That was a step too far.
It was in the name of Tasha. So.
Okay, we have another super grin. Leland with a remarkable donation here. Says another contribution for the Jaychele College Fund and also therapy for the control your narrative bits. Hold
on. No, because I got to do this now.
Yes, you do.
If you actually want to give to me individually, then do that on my Patreon. This was a bit at the beginning.
Yes.
So, yes, still give to Late Night Grin, but in addition, if you would like to pay directly to my college fund, you can go to patreon.com/Jaychele and you can give whatever your little heart desires. I don't know what Jackass is, actually, though. Like, for realsies.
You don't know what it is?
I know that it's like Jackass Forever and, Johnny Knoxville. And Little Man Who Went Through the Table by Brock, right?
There you go. Yeah, that's all you need to know. That's fine.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, firstly, Leland, of course, we're very thankful for the immense donation.
Thank you, Leland.
Jaychele announced on Saturday that she was, she was looking for a real opportunity, right? One that was actually going to be able to pay some bills and not just be, just talking about wrestling on a podcast, which I respect. Can't relate, but I respect. And I'm watching this Kell Brook Amir Khan fight, and JJ ats me, and I'm mad.
Oh my God.
Then 2 people DM me, sending your tweet to me, like I have like a 6-figure budget, and I'm like,
oh my God! Wait, I should go tell them not to do that. I actually feel bad.
I'm sitting there, I'm watching this fight. My family's around watching this fight, and I'm like fuming. I'm so mad. Text you, I said these pieces of shit think that it was a whole thing. It's just Jaychele, we pay her. We split evenly.
Here. I haven't got paid in other places. Right. So don't at Joe. Right. If you actually want to be mad, get mad at the other places where you've seen my content before.
We split evenly. I get 30%, Jaychele gets 10. Anyway.
Give to my Patreon. If you actually all that to say, give to my Patreon. I think JJ has linked it in the chat. Also, hi Cody, hi Grin Gang. I don't have the thing since my mom threw it away. She didn't understand what it was.
I thought Cody Rhodes was here then.
He's gonna be on Raw tonight.
Do you think he is gonna be on Raw?
Dude, he posted that retirement stuff and he's in Jacksonville. I don't know where Raw's taking place, but it seems like he's gonna take a second before he goes anywhere. I could be wrong, and Cody could show up tonight. I won't know because I won't be watching. So tag me in on Twitter if you are.
I think that's a mistake. I think you should try and get there as soon as possible. That's his life, but that hype, you got to, while it's there, you got to maximize it. I think if you wait too long,
smart enough for that though. But like, I don't know what his priorities are. I can't put myself in their shoes.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you want your whole monthly dollar to go to Jaychele, you can do that on my Patreon.
You could just think of it as like $4. You could just think of it as when we do the payouts in the month, one of those dollars is exclusively yours.
He wants his dollar to be mine, though.
I know, but it's very hard to. It's different. I have to say, the Streamlabs thing. That's a real that's a dangerous tool in my life because the way that Streamlabs work is that there's no cart or anything. It just goes straight into my PayPal. So there'll be times where I'll log into my PayPal. I'm like, holy shit, why have I got this? And then I realize, oh fuck, that's everyone else's money too.
Oh, good lord.
I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Cody Rhodes. No surrender.
I thought we finished this.
Okay, this just put a on it. The Jonah match was good. Jonah's match was good.
Yes.
He's winning me over in Impact.
I would agree.
In all seriousness, Mickey and Tasha didn't quite click, did it? Unfortunately. Shame. I won't make you comment on it, but it was a shame.
No, I'll comment on it. I agree that it didn't. Whose fault is that? Probably not Tasha's. Love Mickey, but it's not Tasha's. No, I get to defend Tasha.
You did.
I almost cried. So I get to, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it on my Twitter. I think it's very entertaining.
The one that was supposed to download and add to StreamYard?
Yes, dude.
Yeah. Well, I have some videos. Would you like to see some of the videos we have here on
StreamYard? No, because it's all like skip and whatever. No. I knew that's where this was going.
You stopped yourself from talking because you knew what I was going to do. You could see me moving in.
I could see it in your eyes.
It's great, man.
I saw the adrenaline in your soul, dude.
There you go. See, because you know how the StreamYard works, and you know exactly kind of how this.
Because I work StreamYard normally,
right?
And I actually do my job, and I download the videos. I'm gonna say I'm download, but moving on from that,
we have this one.
I just busted right inside him, and he can't extend on me anymore, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage.
Was that him actually talking about his penis?
He was talking about a boxing match.
No. No way.
No, you need to see here that the key, and this is the important, is when he does this deal, he pulls his fist back.
Oh god!
I have
seen the Bob cameo. Please don't play that.
One more time for the people at the back of the arena. Here we go.
I just busted right inside him, and he can't extend on me anymore, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage.
I can't wait till I turn 18. I'm gonna make so many jokes, and I'm gonna say so many things I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah.
We got like 100 days left, dude.
You gonna do like a countdown?
There is a countdown on my Twitter. I'll post pictures every now and then, and it's just a random number, and that's how many days I have left.
You should do that as like a daily Patreon series, like the Road to.
No, it's gonna be called Road to, and it's gonna be RHODE.
There you go.
Road to. There you go.
That's very clever. Very, very clever. Did you see?
Branding.
It's come up in the chat here. Poor Madcap Moss. That was insane.
Bad. I didn't catch it the first time around. I was trying to figure it out too, and Sean kind of explained it, but like I like to learn wrestling myself. So he's taking the inverted Alabama slam, and he's supposed to land face first. So like put your hands in front of your face and cover your face. It looked like he was either trying to roll through, didn't understand what the move was, or just accidentally tucked his chin. So he landed on the back of his neck and like almost kind of rolled through, but like didn't. It was bad.
He looks like an immediate concussion. I didn't watch the match. I don't know if he looked good after or fine after, but he looked dangerous, very dangerous. So I hope he's good. Obviously, if he's watching.
Seems bad.
Be interesting if he was watching.
He's watching this?
No, I don't think anyone of note's watching this, honestly. Other than maybe the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, but other than him.
Sour Boy.
Okay. I haven't got his clips anymore either.
Good.
See, this is where if I was a pro, I would have transferred all the clips that I had on the old channel on the Fightful Overbook channel. I'd have brought them here. I didn't do that.
I have some for you. I said I was going to email them to you, but you haven't been nice to me. So when you finally upload that Tasha video, then we'll talk. All
right, that's fair. That's fair deal. Okay, let's rate this out of 7, this Impact show.
Out of 7? Why are we doing 7?
Out of 10. My rating is a 7.
Okay. I'm going to go 5.
Let's rate this out of 7 with an incredible prediction of my own rating there. Chat, give us a rating out of 10. I'm intrigued. Those of you that actually watched it.
Give us your ratings.
I have to say, and I mean this with all love and respect, I thought it was a little bit alarming how few people on Twitter were talking about this show. Like, that was noticeable to me, you know?
I didn't think it was alarming. I think it made perfect sense.
But like...
Fuck more women's matches, bitch.
But you remember last time when they did Hard to Kill, there was like some actual buzz. It's only 1 month later, you know?
It's because they had like that historic match too there, though.
Right.
And like women's wrestling fans are hardcore, and we go hard.
Do you think there's like, I've seen this said, and I'm not actually saying it's a bit, I'm genuinely interested. How do you feel about the thing when people pitch that Impact should just be a woman's promotion?
I've never heard that. People wouldn't watch it.
It came up again on my timeline on Saturday, and it I'm fascinated by what that would do to the viewership. I truly am. I'm not even trying to do a bit here.
Well, two things. One, horny people will watch it, so maybe up or down, because sexist people won't watch it. So it's in between. Those are normally the same people, though. So I don't know what you do with that.
So if they're the same people, does that make them more or less likely to watch it?
You figure that out, dude.
All right.
Horny, sexist. I don't know, dude.
Now, to be clear, I'll give my I actually think Impact's pretty good, solid. And I think it's good to have another place where people can work. So I'm not saying that's but like I saw someone talk about it again on Twitter on Saturday, and I was just like, I just would be intrigued how much lower they'd go in terms of TV viewership, right?
Well, can you go much lower?
But you probably can, right? As nuts as it sounds, I guess you can. I don't know.
Would you become NWA or ROH? Which one?
Well, ROH actually has 400,000 weekly TV viewers. I don't know if you've heard Joe Koff talk about that, Jaychele, but you know.
Do you believe that?
My heart believes it.
Okay.
I truly believe there's 400,000 people watching like the greatest hits of Bryan Danielson as they wait for Ring of Honor's return.
That's.
By the way, CM Punk in the Hall of Fame.
I saw that. I predicted it as well.
You did. What a class that is. Huh? That's
class.
They've got to make the most of that and do a big ceremony.
They need to. If it's on Zoom.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, you know, those speeches should be good. I mean, the Briscoes one will be different. But Punk, Bryan, and Joe are going to do some pretty eloquent speeches, I'd imagine.
Oh, I can't wait for the Briscoes. That's going to be good content, though.
Will they wear suits?
No. I hope they go shirtless and wear suspenders.
JJ's now lashing out. Jaychele, look at this. That's terrible. Lashing
JJ,
out.
You wonder why I turn against you sometimes.
Yep. You're the last one standing. So when you turn, it's all over. Good question. Good question in terms of science about what we do with this Impact product. So I thought I'd show some love to that. We're on Tope Suicida. We're very analytical here at the Late Night Grin, clearly. Now, I think that concludes our business. We'll get round to the Kelbrook Amir Khan review next time, as well as Scream 5 and Corey and Carmella. Jaychele, that sound good to you?
Yet. You know
what isn't out yet?
Corey and Carmella. It's just a trailer.
Why? Why do they just release it?
Because they want to get hype behind it, I guess. That's what horny people are going to watch. That's what we should use. We should use that to see how many people watch that, see how many people watch Impact.
Okay. See, this is the thing that's always like, you know, when people say they go, Dark has more viewers than Impact. And it's like, it's very hard to gauge, right? Because Impact also has YouTube viewers. So you'd have to like add I don't know how it works. I mean, Dark has like 10K live viewers sometimes. So if we did Corey and Carmella, that'd probably have like 200 live viewers, wouldn't it? How many people are going to watch that show live? Or premiering?
Is it going to be premiering, or are they just going to post it? Does WWE do premieres? Do they know how
Is it on YouTube or Twitter?
It's on YouTube.
If it premieres, we're going to do it. We're going to add it to a graph of some kind.
Are we actually going to do this?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Bob might. I don't know. So anyway, that was a review of something. I don't know what, actually, but something. I think we talked about Impact at one point.
We did Terminus, too.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff. It was pretty... You know, I don't think we achieved much, but we definitely talked, which is always good.
Oh, we did 205 Live.
What happened to... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you remember when, like, at the end, that show wasn't live or 205? It just was like a...
It was NXT Odyssey Jones.
Yeah. You know, he's a bummer. I was rooting for that guy there, and he just... Wrestlers, man. They really let you down, don't they? It's a shame.
Happy birthday, Ricky. I love you.
There you go. He's good. Jaychele, do some promotion and all that good stuff. You have a new Patreon, so on and so forth. Do that, and then we'll end what has been a deep, analytical No Surrender review. Go ahead, Jaychele.
Yes, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jaychele Nicole. I announced actually this morning my Patreon. I have a lot of cool content over there. There's audio versions of all the interviews that I'm doing. I made a major announcement over there right before we went on the stream, which I think a lot of you guys probably be interested in. There's also the Ricky Starks interview over there if you want to check that out early. There's the audio version of that as well. There's lots of cool stuff coming over there as well. So I think my Nick Gage cameo is going to be up over there if you want to see that. I'm probably going to do a read along of the books that I'm in since they come out in 2 weeks. So that's really exciting as well. And then I'm doing Wrestling with Whiteness as always. So you can check that out for sure. There's lots of announcements coming about that in the near future. And then I do Demo Divas on Saturdays at 3 p.m. on the Fight for Overbook channel. We just did a live episode before Elimination Chamber, and ADH Divas sometimes Sundays at 6. And then we also have the Free Agent show on Fridays at 5 p.m. with Joe. And we're covering Cody if he doesn't show up tonight.
I don't know if that show will be on Friday as planned. I need to do my schedule. May have changed this week.
Okay.
I will update.
Stay tuned.
I'll update everyone on Twitter. I should also probably update Jaychele at some point. That feels like an important part of the process.
Yep, sounds needed.
LateNightGrin.com, folks. You can sign up for just $1 and get Jaychele. You can boost up Jaychele's 5% cut of the Late Night Grin Patreon.
It was just 10.
8. We're all in this even, folks. I've said it before. 520s. There you go. Go do that. Go support my guy, Chris Bordine, Music and Moonsaults channel. I did a guest spot for him yesterday. We rewatched Harper and Alton's match from Elimination Chamber, which was cool. Always like watching Brody matches. Go check that out, Music and Moonsaults YouTube channel. I'll be back in about 4 hours to listen to Oracle and Bob, maybe Oracle anyway, talk about Fed Dead. I will not have any opinions on it because I haven't watched any of it. I will maybe pretend that I did just to excite Bob a little bit and get his emotions going.
He loved the first match on that card. I'm not going to tell you what the first match was unless you know. But he loved it a lot. It made him really happy.
Did you see his tweet after the main event where he was like, he basically was having a crisis about Brock Lesnar. He was like, I'm happy, but I'm sad.
That sounds like me all the time.
He's like, Brock's my favorite wrestler and he's really great, but I'm not sure this is very smart or necessary what they're doing right now.
He's a great analyst, dude. Put him on the pre-show. Put him on that Booker T thing.
He actually messaged me that he should be on the pre-show, and he sent that about 5 minutes before show. It should be, and then he sent a message to me about 30 minutes into the show, and this is all it said. I hadn't even replied to the other text, and he goes to me, "Oh no, she's still spooky." But he didn't say, I didn't ask or he didn't say, he just said, "Oh no, she's still spooky." Obviously, I knew it was, but it still was funny that he didn't give any context to it. He just was like the idea of Bob watching a wrestling pay-per-view and just being devastated that a wrestler's still spooky is amazing.
Oh, that's
anyway,
great.
Enough about Bob. You'll see him tonight on Fed Dead Redemption on this very channel. Tomorrow is Paywall Day, T-Dub Tuesday, as well as what else? The Dark Grin along. That's what we do.
Good Lord.
And then Wednesday is Bud Map Day. You already know we've got many celebrations, many victory laps to take. Australia, stand up. Wow. Everyone, Jaychele wave. Bye, everyone.